Speaking of losses, we teased this earlier. We've got a few more viewers now. Let's talk about it. Damien, what is your reaction to the result from yesterday? Djokovic losing to Popyrin in 4 sets.
Tabaha, I think I kind of called it before the event, like not necessarily with Popyrin, but I remember just making a reference to that Jere match from last year, where like Novak goes 2 sets to love down, and of course after that, like the match just dies. But I just basically said that I don't know if after the Olympics he's gonna have the hunger to like come back in a match like this. Like if a scenario like this happens again, and someone goes 2 sets to love up on him, will he have the intensity, the focus to return? And well, he didn't. As for just in general, I mean, I think there are a lot of similar points to what Alcaraz did. I think they looked very similar out there, just a total deer in the headlights type of mode. Like, I think the passion wasn't really there for either player. We can kind of course, there's going to be a lot of theories regarding the Olympics and how there's a lot of surface switches and not much time to rest. But both Djokovic and Alcaraz actually gave themselves a lot of time to rest after the Olympics. I don't think they were that stressed, or at least like maybe in terms of, some other players, like even Popyrin or Botic, so guys that made these upsets, they actually played a lot more recently and also went through the same surface switches. So it is some sort of a mental burnout. I think it is a factor for both these big losses so far. And yeah, I think Novak, especially by the 4th set, he just, kind of didn't even want to be there. He just started net rushing because he had no idea like really what to do. So I think there were just very similar losses in that the passion, the intensity, the drive that they usually have, both Carlos and Novak. With Carlos, maybe it's just a little like usually more extroverted and like, yeah, he's so animated. He's so like playing with the crowd and stuff. Whereas Novak, maybe you see it more in the focus, in the determination. Like these things were totally missing for them. And yeah, it's not easy to make a comeback like this. I remember watching the 3rd set from Alcaraz against Botic, and even when he broke back, I was like, Jesus, he still has to win 15 games, and he's like not even having fun out there. And it was kind of similar with Novak when he went 2 sets to down. Unless Popyrin just, I don't know, starts feeding him errors and basically has a breakdown, which of course was possible. Many players have done that against big seeds in the past. It's just tough to see Novak suddenly win 18 games from there because it takes so much focus and just doesn't allow you any margin for error. So I think these were very, very similar losses. And Popyrin, to his credit, I mean, he was working for this upset all year, right? In Australia, he got close, almost led to 1. And at Wimbledon, he got maybe a little less close, but still it was a bit of a dogfight. So yeah, kudos to him as well. And I think some parts of his game that aren't usually maybe on the forefront yesterday, they were very clearly exhibited, like when Novak was attacking him to the net, for example, how many brilliant passes Popyrin was able to come up with or track down some drop volleys. But yeah, it was just very lousy Djokovic, very lousy Alcaraz, very similar matches, I think.